Blessings, blessings, blessings. Okay, so we're on part 2 of sewing Simplicity 9294. So far, you should be finished sewing your bodice, and what we're working on next is the skirt piece. Now, by this time, you should have your pockets and everything cut out. So what we're going to do first is we're going to sew our pockets onto the skirt first, and then we're going to come back and do our pleats. If you have not already marked your pleats, please go ahead and do that. I did mark mine's when I had cut out the pattern, so my pleats are already marked. So the only thing I need to do is bring my pleats together, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But first, let's go ahead and add our pockets to the skirts, and then we can proceed from there. So hopefully you can see this. This is my skirt piece right here. This is my skirt front. So you're going to add a piece to each side of the skirt front, and then a piece to the back. Now you can finish this any way you want to. I did tell you if you need to finish the edges of your pocket to go ahead and do so. I'm probably going to end up pink and shearing it later on, so it's okay for right now. Move this over here. This is one side of my skirt, and I'm trying to see, and I have some markings right there, and I'm trying to see my pocket because I cut this out a while ago, so hopefully everything is marked as it should be. But yeah, so we're going to attach our pocket pieces. I believe it's lined up right here as it is. So the pocket pieces are going to go like this. So they net a little bit free. So we're going to get some do clips, or you can do pins, one or the other. I'm going to do some clips just because it's going to be easier for me for right now. And I'm clipping, I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm clipping the edge of the pocket and edge of the skirt, and then I open it out and do the other side the same way. So that's on that side. Then we're going to do the other side. We're just going to flip it over. Now this is a folded front piece right here. It's just folded. So we're going to flip this over, and we're going to add the pocket to the other side, right sides together. And we have everything lined up right here. Here's my little split. So another added clipping right here. Sorry, there's a clip there in the pocket and in the skirt, and this is where I'm going to add it to. Add as many or as little as needed. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this out the way. And then I'll tell you today's date. Today is Monday. I don't know if I said Tuesday or not, but today is Monday. It's definitely not Tuesday. Today is Monday. It is Monday the 5th. So we have that completed right there. And we're going to move on to the next one. This is the back piece. And we're going to do the same thing. The back piece is cut into 2 pieces, so be mindful with that. We're going to do the same thing. Let me get some more clips. Okay, so a piece is going to go here. I mean, a pocket is going to go here. Just open it out right there. So pocket's going to go here. We're going to add again, line these line up right here, both slits or notches, whichever one you want to call it. And we're going to flip this over and do the same thing with that last pocket. And it looks like one of my pockets looks higher on the, whatchamacallit, did it do this one? So I'm gonna go check that really quick to make sure. When I mean higher, like this one's coming pretty much all the way up to the top, but the other one is not. So, okay, see this? There's some room there, but that would seem like in a room. It could just be my cutting too, so be mindful of that. Could just be my cutting, so let me just, because I didn't bring it extra here, just put it there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we're gonna sew I think it's 3/4 of an inch or 1/8. I have to go look. We're gonna sew the pocket onto the dress, and then we are going to move on to the next step. So let's do this next, and then we will come back to you. Okay, so we're actually sewing a pocket on according to the directions at 1/4 of an inch. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that done. So our pocket's on 1/4 of an inch from the edge. And we're gonna put this here. Okay, we'll move our needle down. Forward and back stitch. Secure that pocket on. Make sure it's lined up and all that good stuff. Can you see me good? I don't think you see me all that good. Let's move you closer. And let's move you down some. Right there. Right there. I think that's better. It's Monday. Do some realigning right here. Back stitch to the end and the beginning to secure that pocket on, and yeah, let it secure on neatly, and it's sewn neatly also. Remember, there's a pleat here, so make sure there's a line for the pleat. See, I have my little yellow chalk there, so that means that there's a line right there for the pleat. So make sure you're paying attention to those things too. And I hope y'all can hear me well. I have my washer on because I need to wash clothes today when I get home from work. It's about 3, a little bit after 3 p.m., like 3:30, I think. So yeah, mom duties. Gotta make sure everybody got clean clothes for the week. It's time for me to invest in a new sewing machine, I'm telling you, because I'm gonna stick this string right here. Okay. Forward and backward stitch, and we're going to stitch all the way down. But how's your day so far? It is Monday, like I said. I work with kindergartners today, and yeah, it was definitely Monday. Just know it's Monday. Everybody needs to be redirected, realigned again today, including myself, you know. But we made it for today, so that's all that's matter. And make sure this is sewn on neatly, and of course it is. It's nice and neat. And we're going to work on the front pockets now. Do the same thing here. Sure this is good. Yeah, that's good. Move on to the other side. I'll put my clips back in here. Move on to the other side and do this last pocket. that was the last pocket. Make sure everything is good here. Now, if you want to, this is a good place to go ahead and serge your edges. I don't think I'm going to serge this. I don't think I am. Probably take it shear it later on, but as of right now, I don't think I'm going to serge it. But yeah. So the direction says after you put your pockets on, before you do the pleats, I normally don't do it this way, but it says before you do the pleats, you're going to stitch skirt front and skirt back together inside. So you go ahead and stitch that together and then do your pleats. So okay, let's do it that way and see where we go. But just make sure you have all your markings. As you can see, these pencils have large dots and the smaller dots right there, and I did it with pencil. Just make sure you have a pencil that can erase it out. I hope this can erase it out. If not, I got something for it that can. It washed it out of my other one, so it's okay. Dawn's sub was gonna wash it out. But anyway, we have this and it's all good. So let's go from here and stitch front to back. Do I have to go to the table? No. You all can see this. I don't need to go to the table. So what you're gonna do, you're just gonna line your sides up. This is right side. Oh, let's press our pockets first. Let's do that first. Press your pockets, then come back to me. That's what we're supposed to do. Hold on. Okay, so we have our front and back skirts clipped together, not pinned together because I use clips this time, right? And then we are going to sew all the way around it at 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Yeah, so we're gonna do that first. I also want to say that you're supposed to sew your pocket. Make sure you mark off where you're supposed to sew your pocket, like how far you go up in your pocket. I'm going to put, first of all, where's my measuring thing? So we're going to do, so here at the beginning of the pocket, we're going to do ours at 3 inches. So at 3 inches right there, I'm going to sew. Then I'm going to sew from the bottom at 3 inches. And then the directions does not say this, so let me make it clear. It actually have markings for you, but most of the time I don't follow those markings. So you can follow directions, or you can do it depending on how big your pocket is. Your pocket's wide and big like this. I did mine at 3 inches, so I like a lot of pocket space, and I need it. So first thing we're going to do is sew from this top part right here to the bottom. Make sure both pockets are lined up neatly. Press this down. Got a lot going on here. Put it on under. Where did this thread come from? And I'm sewing it on that my seam allowance line right there. Oh, look how far there I go. Oh man, I can't see now. Can't see. Oh, here we go. So I'm gonna back stitch right here too. So go down to that line that you made at 3 inches. Look, I'm telling you, it is Monday. I can just feel it. It's not my best day of the week. But anyway, and then we're gonna come down here to this line, and we're gonna do it again. Forward and backward stitch. And we're gonna sew all the way down. So right there, forward and backward stitch. You don't want your pocket to be loose at the bottom right there. Is there a better way, an easy way to do it? Yes, but until you get comfortable with this, then do it this way. So anyway, we're never gonna sew around this whole pocket at 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, so I have a point right there. Now, let's see. I'm telling you, I cannot stand this thread. Every time you go and thread something, if it's not enough thread, it comes out. I don't like that. Okay, forward and backward stitch. I have to invest in a new sewing machine, but this is for beginners. And I graduated there. So going around, hope you can see. Going around this pocket at 5/8 of an inch. Keep with the curve. Go as slow as fast or fast as you need to. And you have to turn or pivot some areas. And when you get to that, it's going to be hard for you to see, but when you get to your seam allowance on that pocket line right there, stop just after the thread, go backwards, and then we're going to continue sewing all the way down at 5/8 of a seam allowance. But just make sure you're going at 5/8 of a seam allowance. So I'm going to put my needle down, go forward, leave the needle in there, turn it, make sure that fabric is lining up with 5/8 of an inch, your edges right there, and then continue to sew all the way down. I hope you saw that. If not, I'm going to try to get it on the other side. But yeah. Okay, so we're done with that. And see, it's all stitched up. See what I was talking about? So we went across it a little bit so we can meet at 5/8 of an inch and then go all the way down. The other way is, I can show you the other way. I can. I don't know if I want to, but let's see. Let's cut these threads off first. Sorry about my washer. It's still rinsing and spitting. Gotta get those clothes washed for tomorrow and the rest of this week. Okay, so that's done. Then we move to the other side, get this done. Cut some of these strings off. Okay. So again, we're going to start here on this line. Oh my gosh. Let me find my thread. Okay. And I start with the thread. Now we're going to go back to sewing. Again, you want to go down 3 inches with this. So we're going to find the top of a pocket, measure at 3 inches right there. We're going to find the bottom of our pocket, and then we're going to measure at 3 inches there. So this is our bottom, measure at 3 inches, and yeah, that's how far we're going to sew down. Forward and backward stitch. Okay, that's it for that. And then we're gonna it's ridiculous. I think it's a waste of thread when I do that. But anyway, either here or there. Look, it's just eating up the thread. And let me know if y'all sewing machine do that, because baby, this is working my nerves. We're going at 5/8 of an inch all the way around. We're seam allowance. All the the way around. And what I'm going to do this time, instead of go one more time, going down, I'm gonna go up where the marking at. So you can do it this way without moving your needle. This is the other way I was telling you. But make sure you do a backward stitch at the when you're pivoting. And come on back down. And we're gonna follow that same stitch right on down. So this side is gonna double stitch basically. And then we're gonna go down and ease out to 5/8 of an inch. You can do it that way. I have done it that way plenty of times without moving my needle at the bottom or when I'm going around. But of course you have to do it from the top. But we're done with that. So we're going to clip our threads. I'm going to take a deep breath, take some coffee, probably go ahead and fix the zucchini and squash for dinner, and probably some rice. That's all we're going to eat. Not going to eat any meat or anything tonight. I don't think so. I don't have a taste for it, but plus we're not really eating meat. We're back on, pescatarian, as my daughter says. So, yeah. And what you want to do now is we're going to lay this out on our table or whatever surface you're using, and we're going to prepare to do our pleating for this. But I'm going to take a little break, but you won't really know it, and I'll come back to you. Okay, so I'll see you in the next clip. Okay, so now we are ready to sew our pleats on our skirt. And I have already painted all the way around so I know where my pleats are, and I'm going to crease them out. I'm not going to do it all on camera, but I'm going to show you the start of it, how you would do it. So this is actually the front of my skirt. In the center front, you have your large dots. Just make sure you put your large dots according to the pattern itself. So we have a large dot here, a large dot there, and we have a small dot here, and a small dot line over here. And what you're going to do is take your small dot lines and bring you over here so you see. We're going to take our small dot line right here. They want you to crease it. Some people sew it down. I don't do that. I don't like that look. And they want you to crease it and bring it over here. This is how I do mine. I creased it and brought it over to my large dot. And I'm going to, first of all, turn my iron on. I thought I had it on. I'm going to press this down and sew it. So while the iron is getting hot, because I thought I had it on, but evidently I didn't. I'm going to take the other side. I'm going to go along the line that I drawn. You can't see it, but it's a yellow mark here from chalk. And I'm going to bring that over to the large dot like that. So now both sides are lined up right here. And we're going to take the iron and we're going to go over that. As soon as my iron gets hot, we're going to press it down and put a pin in it. And then I'm going to go around the skirt and do the rest of it. And that's what you're going to do around the whole entire skirt. Your pocket is going to be a little different because there's nothing but the seam side of your pocket that you're going to bring that last pleat to. And I might show you that. So, but yeah. So once you have brought your lines together, I like to press it, give it a good press, good steam. Press it like that. Get a pin and stick in it because you're going to base the top of this. You might probably get 2 pins. Which way do I want to do it? Yeah, I think I'll do it this way. Get 2 pins for me. Because you're going to base the top of that when you get to your sewing machine. So it's going to be like that. And it's up to you. You can have it touching or not touching. I'm going to have mine touching like this. Not quite touch, like, oh, it's not overlapping. It's literally just touching like that. So just make sure, stick a pin where it needs to go. So when you go sew, it's there. And you'll go around the whole skirt just like that. So see, I already have my small dots right here. That line lined up right there to the large ones. It's all, like that all the way around. So I'm gonna go ahead and press this all the way around, and then we're gonna take it to the sewing machine, and then we're gonna baste it or stitch it basically around within the seam allowance all the way around the skirt piece. Okay, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, I do want to show you where the pocket part is. So my pocket is right here. So therefore, my seam in my pocket is right here. So the large dots are right on the outside of the line of the pocket. So you want to bring it together like this. Don't overlap it where you're closing up the pocket. But you do want to bring it to the seam allowance of the pocket, right where your lines are at. So we'll have one here and another over here. And bring it a little closer. So your pocket's still going to be open, and then there's going to be your pleat right there. Okay, so I want to show you that, and I'm going to move on, continue moving on around the skirt. Okay, so now that all the pleats are pinned down in our skirt, see all the way around, I only ironed them as I bought them together. So all of them pressed down to give me some guidance of where they're at. Depending on your fabric, you may have like some thick fabric. You may not can't be able to like iron it, and that's fine. It's cotton, so this needs to be ironed out pretty well. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and start sewing right around the top of the skirt, the edge of the skirt. And we're gonna do it within the seam allowance, so not 5/8 of an inch, but within that 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Now what you want to do is also make sure is your pleats are going one way. So all my pleats are going around this way. Yeah, all my pleats are going around that way. So you want to make sure all your pleats are going the right way, or going around the same way. So like I said, we're sewing within the 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. So yeah, don't sew at 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, just sew within it. We're gonna do a forward and backward stitch so it don't come loose. And a good tip, try not to let your garment hang off of the sewing table, because it can distort the look of your fabric, so try not to do that. And as I'm going, making sure if I need to bring my pleats closer, that I will. Make sure this fabric is not pulling too much, or it's going to distort the look of it. So taking my pins out as needed. So I need this one. This is where the pocket is at. So we have this one sitting right on the line right there. So I'm gonna bring this over to right like that. So it's like cross it a little bit, but it's at the top on the seam allowance. So it's not down here, it's just at the top on the seam allowance. I'm gonna have crossed just a little bit to cover that part of the pocket. And yeah. Again, you want to make sure your pockets are free not in the way. And if you do accidentally stitch it down or want to stitch it down, make sure it's stitching towards the way that you're putting your hands in your pocket. So I believe these go to the forward, like the flat part of the pocket that's loose, making sure it's going forward to the front. Okay, take this pin out. I'm gonna keep sewing around. I just want to make sure everything is neat and lining up. And I'm gonna make sure this one is lining up as well with that. Bring that over slightly. As you see, every so often I'm checking to make sure my fabric is good, because one thing I don't want to do is have to go around this the second time because I didn't do it right the first time. Because I plan on wearing this dress tomorrow. It's going to be 77 degrees. Tomorrow will be Thursday, May the 8th. So that's my plans. I don't know how they got there like that. But anyway, yeah, that's my plans to wear this tomorrow. Okay, and then I'm going to check this and bring this over a little closer. You're going to see how this went over a little bit the wrong way. Try to catch this. That shifted a little, so I want to do that over. Okay, let's bring it back right here. Put my needle down where I want it. And yeah, because that shifted. And we're gonna do this right here. I have this creepy child that's staring at me at her room. That's my oldest daughter, by the way. What do you say about to take a shower? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, keep stitching around. Don't get distracted like me. Let me check to make sure. Okay. Still make sure we're sewing through one layer. Ouch. Pen stuck me. Okay, and this. I need for you to get right back over there. And I'm going to manually put that in because, alright, that stitch out like I didn't want to go. You might want to set your tension up a little looser than what I have now. I have it at 2.5. I might needed to sew this at a at a 3 instead of a 2.5. So, okay, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, just a pocket. So that's going to be the back. So I put this in there. Trying to see if I put my hand in there which way. Yeah, so I need all of this to stitch the right way. That's the pleat, this is the pocket. See, I need to let that go. Focus on this part first and then bring this one over to the other one like so, right almost like we are overlapping like we did the other pocket. hear my daughter, she's outside playing, pretend play, so that's the noise if you want to know what it is. And I'm just do this by hand because I want it to go over and not miss that seam allowance. Okay, so okay. I need to check this thing, the tension on it, because maybe it might need to be cleaned too, because good Lord, I don't know when the last time I cleaned it. But yeah, okay, we're almost to the end. I know there's a lot of stopping and starting. You might not do this, but I want to make sure this garment is as perfect as possible, because this is made out of a vintage sheet, and it's not like I can get this sheet back, you know what I'm saying? I can't go out there and purchase another one. So I want to make sure that this looks really good. I'm gonna take this one, this last stitch. I actually won't take it out. I think it's not over enough. Last stitch, see how it's not over enough for me, and that's the one right in the center back, and people do tend to see that one, so definitely want to take that out and redo that. Come on now. So yeah, I'm gonna redo that part, just that little piece right there, because I want that to be nice and neat. So and make sure like this. Let's bring this down. Forward, back stitch, and bring it up. Okay, and that should be all of our pleats. It is nicely done. I had something going the wrong way on this side, but it's gonna be okay. Should have had this pleat. Should have had this one. Or is it right? No, it's actually right. So anyway, all our pleats are done. So everything's done. Everything's nicely done. Check your work. Make sure you stitch right and everything. And then we're going to now take our bodice and pin it to our skirt piece. And then I'll be back and show you what it looks. Now I have one pocket that I messed up on because I already stitched it down, and this pocket should not be stitched down. See, this one was free, but the other one had got stitched down, caught up in the stitch. So let me put my hand in it. See, I need to take it out, like, because I needed my hands to go forward, right? Oh, well, it's fine. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. So it's like that. So. Oh, actually, you're gonna stitch this to the back. So your pocket is gonna go this way. See, this flat part is going to go to the back, not the front. Sorry. So it's gonna go that way. Because even if you stick your hand in, just place your hand aside. And if it feels, man, where is it? Right here. And it feels right, then you know you're good. So yeah. So that's good. It can go to the back. Okay, so we finished that. We're gonna pin our bodice to the skirt, and then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna sew that. So. Hold on. Okay, so I finished off the seams of the top of the skirt. So that's all like the bodice now. And then I also did the inside where the zipper is going to go at, so I finished that part right there. Yeah, and I finished the bottom so far as, you know, serging it. And I'm going to turn it under, and then that's going to be, I might turn it under twice. I'm not sure yet because I'm short, and usually, you know, this dress is usually be too long, so I'm not sure. I might do it twice, I might do it once, I'm not sure. But either way, it's going to look pretty, so if I do it this way, it'll be looking like that on the inside. So anyway, we just to the point where now we're going to pin our bodice to the skirt. And I'm going to start on the edge of it. I do like to start in the center too, I'm not gonna lie. I do like to start in the center, however, and this pleat right here is in the front of it. So, this is the front of the skirt. Here's the pleat right here. You're gonna follow your directions, whatever the directions on the package say, then you can follow that going around your skirt. You should have notches at the top of your skirt. Mine was serged over, so it's going to be kind of hard for me to tell, but for you, if you didn't serge over, then it shouldn't be hard to tell. But anyway, your bodice should line up with the skirt basically. Okay, and remember, we don't have a lining to it, because we have a lining, but our lining is acting as one fabric instead of two. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Anyway, this is the center front of my bodice. So this is the center front of the skirt. Here's the center front. No, which one is center front of the skirt? Let me see. This is going to be the center front of the skirt, so I'm going to put it right here for now. I'm not sure this is where it's supposed to go. And hold on, I opened it out to that side, so that means I want this to be the right side. I actually want that part to be the right side. And then we're going to find the front of our skirt. And we're just going to pin for right now. There's no, for me, there's no lines or anything to go by. But for you, there should be. But I'm going to just pin this for now until I can get the rest of the skirt pinned to see where we're at. So, and I'm starting on the edges, because it looks like my bodice could be just right or a little longer. But anyway, we're going to start right here. I'm not going to pin, I'm going to actually clip. So we're going to clip this here, and it's going to line up evenly. Since, you know, we don't have a lining that's loose. So we're going to line it up like this. And just keep going on around. And preferably, everything is right. And we don't have to make any modifications to anything. And if it's not right, you'll be able to tell, because nothing's going to line up accordingly, especially about your pleats. So just be mindful of that. I'm going to go ahead and start around this end, because I'm curious now to see if it's all going to line up. You guys, it looks like we got a perfect alignment with this. If this turned out perfect, then perfect enough for me. I'm definitely going to make another one. I've been collecting some curtains too, so I do want to make a few dresses out of curtains. We have just a little bit right here, but you know what? If I pull, see, it's not much, but if I pull, it will fit. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. And we're going to pour and ease this in here. And let's see. I think it should be good. Let me get around here to see, make sure I have the edges lined up perfectly. And then let's rework this, because it's going to fit in. It's going to do that. See? It's going to fit in. So. So you need to pull some, then it's going to be fine. Just a tiny bit, because I ain't going back over to this. Nope. Okay, so look like that's gonna be good. So we're gonna go around this and we're gonna stitch it 5/8 of an inch, and then I will come back. We're gonna come back together and we're gonna finish installing the zipper. Now I haven't did a zipper in a while, so I like to do. I'm gonna show you how I like to do my zipper, and I never seem to do it a different way. So yeah, let's go ahead and stitch this all the way around a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Make sure I got enough thread in here. Yes, I do. And I'm gonna turn this stitch up to a. Should I turn it to a 3? Because earlier I like it didn't want to go over those pleats. So I don't know how this pleat got turned this way. But it did. But anyway, I'm going to. I think I'm going to go to a 3. So let's get started with it. Bring this closer. We want it 5/8 of an inch. Forward stitch and backward stitch. And with this, just make sure everything is smooth, nothing is puckering. Pull when you need to, just a little, you know, if you have a little stretch in your fabric. My goal is to make sure there's no puckering going on, as well as there's no gap in between my fabrics. Pull this down. See, when I get to each pleat, I'm pulling, smoothing everything out. Pull my bodice down to line up with the skirt. And I'm just going to keep sewing around. Okay, let's make sure this is nice and smooth right there. Almost there. Now I must love this fabric because I ain't trying to mess this one up. Not doing that because I can't get no more. Right here. This is the part where we got to pull just a little bit. And yeah. And straighten this out. Last a little bit straight. Okay, now I'm put this fabric right here because it's dragging. So I'm gonna line this up again, and it's gonna be like that. And I'm gonna sew that last straight. Alright, that is it for that part. Check your work. Make sure you didn't miss anything. It's always a good thing to do that. Let's start again. Right here. Cut the strings out. Excuse me. And okay, so let's turn it over, see how she looks. And I did a doozy. I did sew the wrong side. This is the inside to the so now I got to unpick it. Oh my goodness. Man, why I didn't check. So I have to unpick this. This is the wrong side to the right side of the fabric. Oh well, let's unpick it and I'll be back. Okay, I got that fit. It took about 7-10 minutes to get it done. So yeah. That's been out there. So anyway, we got done, but I'm determined to have it done by tomorrow morning so I can wear it for tomorrow. So anyway, that's done. So all this is now is to put a zipper in it and to hem it. What I'm going to do first is actually hem it and then go back and do my zipper for it. But actually before we do that, let me show you how my machine became unplugged. First of all, let's put this back in there. Let me show you how I like to do my zipper. First off, let me clear these strings off. Okay. I'm going to turn my dress inside out. And I'm going to find my back. And I'm going to put right sides together. And I'm going to take it like this. Put right sides together. And I'm going to stitch this all the way down. And using my largest stitch, so 5.5.0 stitch sleeve, and I'm gonna stitch this all the way down because this is how I'm going to insert my zipper. This is the easiest way that I found to do it, and I still do it this way. I'm not a big girl when it comes to doing the zipper without this stitch because I need to make sure everything is lined up, and I want to make sure that this is open actually. So I'm going to put it like this. So I'm going to open like that. And put two right here because it's kind of thick. And yeah, make sure it's nice and neat because we definitely ain't trying to take that back out and redo it. So yeah. And remember the back piece is already stitched to where they told you to stop at. Start and stop. So that's already stitched. So we're just doing this part. So from here all the way up, we're going to do a 5.0 stitch length. Just the longest stitch on your sewing machine. Do the longest stitch on your sewing machine. Cannot talk. And yeah, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to go and we're going to press it out after we finish doing that. And then we're going to go ahead and hem up our bottom. You don't need to see that. Do your bottom hem the way you want to do it. Yes, the directions say narrow hem, but you don't have to do that because I'm definitely not going to do that because I'm going to put it up against myself to see how long or short I want it. And that's what I'm going by. Okay, so I highly suggest that you do the same. Remember, the pattern instructions are just there for guidance. It's not like something you absolutely have to follow. So we're gonna do it at 5/8 of an inch, okay? Because that is that's our 7 ounce. What you don't want to do is back stitch. You just want to stitch it all the way down. So give you some guidance for when you put your zipper in. side bit and turn it down just a little bit. If nothing else, you want to make sure this middle seam right here is lined up for sure. And I have a pleat here. Oh, my pleat's supposed to be right there. I don't want to go over it. So let's see. Yep, the pleat does belong there. So I'm just trying to line it up because that pleat belongs right there. And move the pleat right on out the way. Let's go. Let's keep going. About 5/8 of an inch seam allowance all the way down. I'm gonna meet right there. Okay. Put a long string right here so I know. And yeah, we're gonna press this open. I seam allowance, we're gonna press this open. So this is where we're gonna lay our zipper down at, okay? So go ahead and press that open, hem the bottom of your skirt. Do it the way that you want to do it and change out your thread if you need some more thread. It'd be wise to go ahead and do that now. I think I may be good, I hope so. But yeah, so go ahead and take care of those two things and we'll be back. Okay, so we have installed our zipper to the dress. It is right here. I cannot show you how to do a zipper because I was a little rusty at this, you know, but I do have it in there and it looks good coming up from the top. However, one of my pleats got caught up in there and yeah, and one of the pleats you can tell is further apart from the other pleat, but that's gonna be okay. I'm gonna have to still wear it because I'm not gonna unpick it. I just need to be mindful of the next one. And yes, I didn't open up this bottom part of the zipper. The zipper goes further down. The zipper goes like right here. I'm not going to open it up yet because usually I don't find it necessary for me because I don't have like wide hips or anything. But this is the back of the dress. Except that pleat right there. You know, we'll see what we can do about it. Might not bother me. It might bother me. We will see. But no, I'm not going to unpick this dress. I could just wear a belt across it. But yeah, that pleat is right there. And then the other one is right here. So this one is right. This one was off. So yeah, but it's gonna be okay because I'm gonna still wear it tomorrow. And this is the front of the dress. That's perfect. It, you know, turned out great. Need to iron this piece right here, but it turned out fine. And here your notch right here. And I went on I hemmed it too. So it is hemmed. I just turned it over a little bit more than 5/8 of an inch, but sewn on 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. So yeah. I'm going to have this on tomorrow. I show it to you in a shorts video. Give you the big reveal, like with me wearing it to work tomorrow. So yeah, other than that, I'm super happy with what turned out. Like I said, this is the only thing I wish I would have done better. I could have done better. I noticed ahead of time, but I didn't notice until I got ready to put the zipper in. So yeah, I'm not going to unpick all of this for that. Not going to do that. So yeah, that's gonna be it. I hope you learned something from it. This video is the easy to sew dress. I know I'm going to make it again. I just have to find another fabric. Kelsey, I'm gonna this girl, she's out there side playing and everything, and she's so loud. But anyway, I am going to find another fabric. Like I said, I have some curtains that I might want to make this dress out of again, and then I definitely want to do it again. I want to practice the zipper, and I also want to get this pleat right that's in the back, but it's not gonna stop me from wearing this dress. I will have it on tomorrow, and yeah, it is gonna be what it is. Yeah, at least my pockets and everything turned out good. Happy about that. But yeah, I'm gonna wear it tomorrow, show you what it looked like, and yeah, that's about it. So let me know what you think about sew along. I know I'm a little rusty. It's my first time, so bear with me as I continue to grow in that. But yeah, I'm happy about the dress. I hope you're happy about yours. Yeah, and that's about it. So I'll see you next sew along. All right, be blessed. Hi, so this is the final reveal of the dress that we just completed. I do want to mention one thing before I forget. The pockets, I told you just sew the pocket, the part that you didn't sew down, sew the pocket towards the back. Don't do that. I had to unpick it and sew it towards the front. So that it's, excuse me, that's done now. And this is how the dress look. It fits pretty good, except for my straps are a little bit too big for me. Next time I have to go in about 5/8 of an inch, a little bit more with the straps. And other than that, it's fine. But in order to wear this tomorrow, what I think I'm going to do is probably just put a safety pin in this up under it, and just so my bra don't fall down. But yeah, this is the final reveal of the dress. I put on the belt with it, just a skinny belt, and I think it's cute. Yeah, excuse me, I'm bloated. But, and then, yeah, here's the dress right here. Here's the back of the dress. Looks good. I'm going to do a shorts video tomorrow on the full outfit, how I'm gonna wear it. So yeah, but I think it turned out really, really cute. It's a little pinky here, so that's why I have this pink belt. But yeah, I like the neckline of it. Like I said, this is just a little bit too big, the straps on my shoulders. But other than that, it turned out really, really good. One of my pleats that you watch, if you're watching the video, it's offset, like it's not even. I can tell. People could probably tell, but I don't think no one would care. But anyway, I'm still gonna wear it. I know you can tell. Can't tell. I'm still gonna wear it. My back goes in pretty deep right there. So anyway, I feel like the belt, we call it, the belt would hide it a little bit. But yeah, this is the final reveal of the dress, and yeah, I hope you like it. All right, let me know what you think in the comments, and also let me know if you tried this out using my tutorial. Yeah, I know I have to get better at it, but you know, just roll with me for a little while. Okay, all right, I love you with the love of Christ. Thank you for sticking and staying with me for this big reveal, and I see you in the next video. Be blessed.